Thomas Shelby has a reputation to uphold. He researches his enemies. That's why he's been chosen.
Gentlemen, some of the men here recognize you. They say you are the Peaky Blinders. You have no business coming south of the line without prior agreement.
We're on holiday.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my third scene analysis video. We're actually going back to Peaky Blinders again, but this time back to the end of Season 2, specifically the end of Episode 6, where Tommy gets caught and is carted out to an empty field to be killed and buried. There's arguably less to analyze here than the last scene from Peaky that I analyzed, but it's one of my favorite scenes in the whole show, and I really wanted to take a closer look at it. So this opening shot here is clearly shot on handheld. It's reflective of Tommy's current state of uneasiness and anxiety as he's taken out of that car, and he watches as the men who captured him dig his own grave right in front of him. The following shots are noticeably a lot steadier, so this way we can more clearly focus on Tommy's dialogue and facial expressions, and it further emphasizes his progressive acceptance of his impending execution. So here's your setting establishing shot, and it works to great effect here. It does a great job of making a simple cornfield feel like a very isolating and alien place. It's harvested and empty with 4 small bodies in the center.
Any of you boys in France? You know a man of cigarettes?
This big wide shot makes Tommy's attempt to connect with his executioners and his request for a cigarette echo in the wind, and the uncomfortable silence that follows all the more defined.
The Psalm. Black Woods.
This is just sort of a personal preference aesthetic thing, but I absolutely love this shot. I don't really know why, it's just really pleasing to look at. It's this badass angle and Tommy's analytic stare is captivating. I love the selective focus, and the blood on his temple is a nice touch too.
Psalm the Bulls.
Smoke.
So Tommy and these guys realize they both fought in France, and he lets them smoke, which is this kind of cool gesture of mutual respect amongst situational enemies, which is a theme that's often touched on in this show.
So fucking close.
And there's the iconic line. It's simple, it's memorable, gets the point across, and it's awesome.
So fucking close.
Tommy turns to the sky and closes his eyes while he monologues, showing he's not talking to them. He's talking to himself, and he's reflecting.
Oh, and there's a woman. Yeah. A woman who I love. And I got close.
How Tommy describes his situation is akin to squinting one's eyes. It's simplified to the point where many people can relate to it, and it helps us feel for him and more places us as the audience in his shoes.
Nearly got fucking everything!
It also really helps that Cillian Murphy's a very talented actor.
What the fuck?
This nonchalant screw it moment in the face of death is, in my opinion, kind of humorous almost, and it adds a certain energy to the scene that I think really benefits it.
Comrade. We have our orders. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
This is such a genuine acceptance and understanding. It obviously stems from their previously established shared military background, and something else I'll discuss later.
In the bleak midwinter.
So the "in the bleak midwinter" line is a line that I really had to do some research on, and it's a line that shows up a lot of times throughout the show. So I'm taking this interpretation from an Express article, and I found that the "in the bleak midwinter" is actually a Christmas carol that was really popular during the First World War, and it was originally published as a poem written by the English poet Christina Rossetti. So it reads, "In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan, earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow had fallen, snow on snow, snow on snow, in the bleak midwinter, long ago." So this phrase that they mention is often spoken during either death experiences or near-death experiences, something in the face of death, and this is obviously no exception. So Tommy says this right before he thinks he's going to get shot. And so basically what this article is saying, and I kind of agree with this interpretation here, is that the poem refers to the presence of God and the birth of Christ. And Tommy and his buddies in the First World War would say that they were spared, that like their life should have ended back then, but the life that they're living now is kind of this, blessing. And by referencing that poem, they're kind of stating that the blessing is over and it's ended. And I think that makes sense. It's kind of symbolizing that second chance at life coming to an end. And I think that's a pretty cool interpretation, and I'm going to go with that for sure. But I definitely did some research on it. I'll link the Express article in the description below if you want to check it out.
Bleak midwinter.
At some point in the near future, Mr. Churchill will want to speak to you in person, Mr. Shelby. He has a job for you. We will be in touch. Get out of the grave, Tinker. Be on your fucking way.
So this explains why this guy decided to wait until the very last moment if he was planning on killing the other two guys all along. He doesn't speak too kindly to Tommy here, and he uses the word tinker, which is sometimes used as a derogatory term against those of gypsy descent like Tommy here. And he would probably just want, he kind of enjoys Tommy's suffering here, so he wanted to see that all play out, is my theory.
And I will not be ashamed, for my Savior knows my name. It don't matter.
So here we kind of get the impression that Tommy may or may not have wanted to die in that situation. I think he totally wanted an out of his current life that he has, and I think he would have really wanted closure in that situation, and he didn't get it.
All my tears be washed away. All my tears be washed away. All my tears be washed away.
So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out some of my other scene analysis videos. I have stuff on things like Billions, Peaky Blinders, Cowboy Bebop, and more to come. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. Don't forget to further the conversation below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you guys all later. Thanks.